Hi amigos and welcome to episode 38 of La Resurreccion. We have advanced a couple of months forward, we're at the end of September now, and things haven't been going too badly for us. It's actually been a decent start to the season. A couple of spoilers on the screen for you, but there was a few bits of transfer business actually towards the end of the window, so let's cover that first, shall we? Starting with outs then, Jimmy Cabot has left the club on a permanent deal. We brought in Vargas, I will show you in a minute, and we had an abundance of wingers, so I felt that because most of them can play either side, we could sell one that was, either side really. So we opted to let Jimmy Cabot go. I didn't transfer list him, I just offered him out. Ibar came in with a bid of 1.3 million, which wasn't too bad. He's played a few games for them already. They are in La Liga as well, so he's gone to a decent club. Really like Jimmy Cabot. As you can see in the first season, he had a cracking season. Made the step up, couldn't quite reach the same levels. But really happy with his service. Happy that he's gone to a good club as well. So, thanks Jimmy. Just show you this one quickly. He was in and around the first team. Matías Paradas, he was only 17. A fairly hotly rated youngster, although our scouts would suggest that potentially not. But yeah, I didn't think, he was going to break through really. Villarreal came in and offered us 400 grand for him, or that's what it's going to go up to. Only 155 to start with. He's gone straight to their C team. But Paradas has gone as well. Now, I said last time out there was a lot of interest in Alvaro, and I thought he was going to go to a bigger team, but he's gone to Vallecano. To be fair, Vallecano are not too bad a team. They're 16th at the moment. But the last couple of years they finished 8th, so they are on the rise. But yeah, Alvaro has gone to them. He wanted to leave really. He was sort of third choice centre-back. Sampaio and Keane were definitely my favourites. 32 years old, still got decent stats, but yeah, was on the decline, wasn't really getting first team football. I thought he'd go to a better team, but Vallecano came in. 1.6 million up front, could go as high as 2.1 million. Again, another good signing. Didn't actually play as many games as I thought he might. Only 38 over a couple of seasons. Was fantastic when he came in. Established a partnership with Sampaio really quickly. And was a really solid player that helped us move to that next level. Now this one might come as a surprise as well. Oscar Martinez has gone to Celta Vigo. Again, he was in the first team, as you've seen. He played quite a few games for me this season. But he was just he wasn't really filling the potential that we thought he might. He even scored a goal actually for us this season. But he's gone to Celta Vigo, 325k, could go up to almost 700k. But yeah, he's gone straight into their B team and they're going to ship him out on loan. Again, not the greatest coach report, so I think maybe I'm getting like attached or something to some players, and they're not as good as I think they are. So Oscar Martinez has gone as well, which means we've had to bring in a few players. Now, unfortunately, they're all only loan players because we didn't have much money, but I'm still happy with the additions. So I mentioned that Vargas was in the van. We've got this one completed, and really chuffed to get him in. He's had a decent start already. Maybe not as... It hasn't hit the ground running as much as I would have liked, but 4-star player. He's got some cracking stats. Has done alright for us so far, as I said. And a really good addition, I think. This is one that I took a punt on, and it seems to have gone alright. Hungarian Kevin Soboth, I'm going to go with. On loan from Benfica. He's a striker, but can play comfortably anywhere in behind the striker. He's only played one sub game for us, and I brought him on the right hand side, and I think he got an assist. No, he was involved in the goal nevertheless, but only 22, 4-star player as well. So if we wanted to operate him up front, he's certainly capable. 15 finishing, first touch not the greatest, composure is okay. So yeah, really a really good option to have other than Piatek. We're paying barely any of his wages as well. So yeah, really good to get him in. I'm interested to see what he can do. And then Anders Tronsen. Yeah, this one was just because when we sold Martinez, didn't actually realise we didn't have any more centre midfielders at the club at all. That's how depleted our under-19s and B team is. So he was literally just get anyone in as cover, only 2.5 star. He's pretty much this season's Diego Dem. Hasn't played for us yet. He is out injured as well. But, you know, a fairly solid backup, only 27. We'll just see how this one goes. Don't expect him to pay much, really. But that is it in terms of transfers. Those two brought in on deadline day. Loads of young players have gone out on loan again as well. So hopefully their development will come on. But yeah, that's all to do with transfers. If we have a look at what's going on in the league, a number of games played, some good results, although some disappointments in there. So obviously in the last episode we started with a 2-1 win at Celta Vigo. We then hammered Villarreal 4-1. We actually went behind 1-0 in this game as well. Piatek grabbed an immediate equaliser, went on to get a hat-trick. Oscar Martinez as well managed to get one, and we romped home 4-1. Really good to see goals coming through Piatek. We then beat Espanyol 3-0. They had a man sent off early, although we were 1-0 up already before that. Piatek grabbing another couple of goals, and this game was done and dusted before half-time. We then had a 1-1 draw against Atletico. Piatek actually got himself sent off in this game. We went 1-0 up in the first half, and we seemed comfortable, but then Piatek got sent off, and the second half after that was all Atletico. They ended up getting their equaliser, but we held on for a really solid point. We then lost to Sporting Chicken Goujon, which was really disappointing. How we can go from getting a point against Atletico to then losing to Sporting Chicken Goujon is a little bit annoying, but John Batista, or Bautista maybe, grabbed a goal for them in the 69th minute. We were poor in this game and fully deserved to lose. And then arranged a friendly just to try and get a bit more fitness into the team because we had a lack of pre-season. And played against Ghent, so not a too bad opposition. 2 penalties we relied on to win this game, but as you can see the team was fairly rotated. So a couple of youngsters coming into the fort. So just to keep spirits up really and get fitness. We then drew 1-1 against Sevilla. Sevilla are a really good side this season. They've improved vastly, and I expect them to be up there challenging for top 4. They went ahead early on. 4 minutes in, Sergio Gomez grabbed a goal, and I thought we would struggle from here on out. But Vargas grabbed his first goal for the club just under 20 minutes to go. And I think, to be fair, we were probably good value for a point in this game. And then a 1-0 win against Mallorca, one of those games where we completely dominate, but the score isn't as comfortable as maybe we would like it to be. Sanchez grabbed the goal, one of his trademark goals, a decent long strike from outside the area on 27 minutes, and that was the game wrapped up. A little bit of rotation in that game, but we've done well to win it nevertheless. So if we have a look at the league table, we sit 5th, which is a good start for us. Only a couple of points off Real Madrid, of course, very early on in the season to be saying that. We do have a game in hand on teams around us. So if we were to win, we could move up into those Champions League places. Valencia having a great start to the season. But obviously today's first game is Barcelona, who are the only team yet to lose, it looks like, so far this season. So away to the Nou Camp, that could be interesting. Of course, we did win away at the Nou Camp last season, so you never know how things could go. So this is the team and the tactic we're going to deploy today. Obviously switched up to our backup tactic, the one we use against big teams away from home. And so rotation again. We've gone to a cautious approach because, it is away at Barcelona. But McCarthy is going to be in goal. Rojkovic has been out injured. He's still, sort of struggling a little bit for fitness. Robles is going to be at right back. Keane and Maldonado. I believe we've met Maldonado previously in the series. 18-year-old now. Hasn't got the greatest potential, as you can see. Is declining really. But selling Alvaro meant we had to bring in depth. And he actually played in the last game and played really well. So I'm just going to keep him in the squad, into the team. So he's going to partner Michael Keane. Eric Olmedo, our 16-year-old left back, but with great potential. He's going to play his first game of the season, just because Baba has played really well so far, but he, that suggests he's not struggling for fitness, but I'm just going to give him a rest. We're expected to lose this game, and it would be great experience. The more I talk about it, the more I'm doubting this decision, but I'm going to stick with it. I picked this team last night, so I obviously had reasons why. Rolon is going to play in the defensive midfield role. We're then going to have Sanchez and Simoes in the middle of midfield. Renato Santos has started practically every I think he has started every league game. I think the only time we started Kiko was in the friendly. I may be wrong, but Renato's been really good. Pacheco is going to be on the left-hand side. Müller we haven't really seen a lot of. Vargas has been touch and go, but Pacheco's probably been our best performer out on that left-hand side. And Piatek, of course, up front. 5 goals and 5 for him. A really good start, although they did only come in 2 games. Maybe it would be nice if he could spread them out a little bit more, but we will have to wait and see for now. Let's head into the game and see how we get on against the league leaders. Messi, free kick, whips one in, it's headed away. Only as far as Coutinho gets a good ball back in. Goretzka, fast stick. Titi tries to find the top corner, but floats it over the top. McCarthy's had to play a couple of games because of Rajkovic's injuries. I'm not sure I'm completely sold on McCarthy. I mean, he is only 32, which should be sort of, goalkeeper's prime. But, yeah, not completely convinced. Milenkovic is there. Abel Ruiz knocks it in for his first goal of the season. And some terrible marking. Messi with a corner. Milenkovic just strays off the back post. Abel Ruiz able to essentially marking the keeper, flick it into an empty net. And it's not gone brilliantly for us. So we'll knock this up to balanced. And I mentioned the, zonal marking before. And I'm pretty sure I have this set to man marking unless I haven't adjusted this tactics in particular. I'll have to take a look at that. But yeah, it's cost us, and it could cost us again here. Messi, Abel Ruiz in the near stick. Hits the side netting this time. And again, another corner. Messi, short to Coutinho this time. Plenty of space. My word, he's rifled that. Luckily for us, it hits the post. And McCarthy is able to pick it up at the second attempt. And I think we desperately needed that half-time whistle. I'm going to get aggressive. Show me something else in the second half. Okay, first highlight of the second half. Just over 20 minutes to go. It's going to go the way of Barcelona again. Look at the stats. Complete domination from them. A good ball out to this right-hand side. Ball floated in. Coutinho manages to get his head on it, but agonisingly floats past the far post. Right, I've never thought I would see that. Coutinho is a threat in the air. Has anyone ever said that? I mean, it says we're just going to man mark him anyway. I think I'm going to make a sub as well. Piatek has had very little impact in this game. So we'll bring on Santos, see if he can do anything. We'll push it up to attacking because we have looked really poor in this game. We haven't even had a shot on target. And it looks like that is going to be it. Nothing else has happened. We made one more change, shifted it up to very attacking. But it looks like it's going to be to no avail as Suarez wins the corner. And there we go, full time, complete domination by Barcelona. Maybe a bit naive of me tactically, but it was always going to be difficult. Our assistant is on crack again, telling the boys they did really well. But yeah, disappointing. More the performance than the result. It was always going to be tough, but to not even muster a shot on target is disappointing. Vallecano next, so we'll be able to see how Alvaro is getting on. But yeah, I will join you for that game in a second. Okay, game day number 2, and we've rung the changes quite a bit, and we've changed back to our normal tactic. We are playing Vallecano, who are in the relegation zone, so hopefully we can press on and win. But yeah, a bit of rotation. So this is the team for today. McCarthy is going to be in goal. Wagner is going to come in at right back. Sampaio and Ramos in at centre halves. And Almeida is going to keep his place at left back. Sanchez and Roland are going to be in the middle of midfield. Renato Santos on the right. Vargas is going to be on the left. Barre in at number 10. And Michael Santos going to be up top. Hopefully a few of these players will wake up a little bit after being dropped. But yeah, a couple of these players I want to give a chance to as well. Ramos just complained saying that he wants more first team football as well. So yeah, be interesting to see if the fringe players can step up. So the games begin. Alvaro is in the starting lineup for Vallecano. And remember, we lost this game last season 2-0. Vallecano had a really good season by their standards. Finn Bergosen actually finished top scorer in La Liga for them last season. So yeah, certainly a deadly striker up top. And it looks like the first highlight could go their way. Guau has got a lot of space, tries a long effort, but that was easy for McCarthy. And that was the highlight apparently. Well, we're in for a good game if that's the standard of highlights that we're going for. Going to change it up a bit. The assistant says to go for a more direct passing fashion. I'm inclined to agree for now, just see if anything works. But we retain possession. Vargas now. Cuts inside, up to Michael Santos. Lovely ball out to Renato Santos. Can he get a ball in? He does. Sanchez is there. My word, I don't know whether that's a header or a volley, but that's an unbelievable finish by the central midfielder. His second goal of the season. I'm going to change this into 3D, and I really apologise if the quality is crap. It was a header, okay. It's really sort of snap header. I don't know if you saw that. But yeah, the ball came to him in a flash, and a really quick header. A really solid header as well from how far out he was. Finds the back of the net, and it's a good start for us. Another highlight. Half an hour into the game, Roland does well to rob the ball. Goes back to Kaidi Barre, who's dropped a bit deep. Vargas, Santos. Vargas again. Gets the ball in. Only as far as Barre. And the shot goes just wide. Yeah, not the best defensive header. And we've really sort of woken up a bit. Fagner's picked up a knock. Twisted knee. Nah, it should be alright. Vargas with a free kick just before half time. And what a free kick. Similar to the Pacheco free kick in the last game. I should say the last episode. Not really in the corner. The keeper gets a hand to it, but not enough to keep it out. And the winger picks up his second goal of the season. And you'd probably have to say, stats-wise, against the run of play, we've sort of done a job on Vallecano. I'm going to say to the boys not to get complacent. And hopefully we can just sort of see this game out now. Okay, highlight straight after half-time. Roland almost robs the ball again from the throw-in. But Vallecano retain possession. They would have had a rollicking at half-time, so they'll probably come out of the blocks fairly quickly. But Alvaro's clearance is poor. That header is even worse. Santos gets the ball in all the way to Vargas at the far stick. Gets one in at the near post. And Michael Santos hits the bar with a flicked header. And now Vallecano could come at us themselves. Finn Bogosian is in behind. He tries to dink McCarthy. If it was on target, it was certainly a goal. McCarthy beating all ends up. But unfortunately for him, it was not to be. And the lead remains 2-0. Free kick. Ismaili goes for the not convincing goalkeeper from McCarthy. But the clearance falls to Michael Santos. And we could lead a counter. Vargas is coming forward. Finds Sanchez. He's in. Sanchez, great great save by Ortela. The shot was straight at him, to be fair. Renato Santos with a corner floats one in, but it's headed away. And Sanchez's shot is blocked. But yeah, it's starting to become a real end-to-end game. Throwing deep in the Vallecano half. 25 minutes to go. Ball is with Ismaili, who's had not a brilliant game, it has to be said. But his ball over the top isn't bad. And now Guao is in behind. Gets the shot away. But McCarthy is able to turn it round the post. A solid save. And that is it. I was sorting out some tactical stuff, and the game was going on in the background. Come back to it, and it's full time. Well, there you go. 2-0 it finishes. A pretty even game. I think Vallecano can certainly feel hard done by. But yeah, that was the game. Not much happened in the last sort of 20 minutes or so. But a good win, boys. Well done. Always important to bounce back quickly from a defeat, and we've done exactly that. Wagner injured, out for 3 to 4 days, that's fine. So, if we have a look at the La Liga table, then we are up into 4th. We have played a game more than most of the teams around us. But still, keeping pace with some of the better teams. So, you know, that's always a good sign. Again, if we can break into Europa League this season, our expectation is only top half. But it'd be really good to break back into those European spots. In terms of when we will be back, well, I think it's fairly easy to say. We haven't got long left. The next few episodes, I think, are going to be, well, certainly the next episode. Depends how well we do, but there's certainly the next episode at least will be the World Cup. Obviously, we want to progress as far as humanly possible. But, yeah, I think what I'll do is I will do the first episode. I'll introduce you to the squad that I've selected, and then I'll show you just highlights of our group games. If you haven't remembered, our group for the World Cup is Australia, Senegal and Belgium. So you'd think that we would qualify at least second. Couple of tough friendlies before that, Holland and Argentina. Obviously I won't put those in a video. But yeah, not too long now to the World Cup. That's what will be the next episode. Something a little bit different, but I hope you're looking forward to that. I'm certainly looking forward to it. I think our expectation is to get to the quarter-final. Hopefully we can go beyond that. And that is going to bring today's episode to a close, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please pop a like on there for me. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. The link, as always, in the description for the FM Creators Discord. If you're on Discord and you fancy a chat with some like-minded FM folk, then please do come along. You don't have to be a creator to join. By all means, come and have a chat with us. There's some good people in there. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Cheers.